Hello, myself Sunil Ramkushar. Basically, we are discussing one of the topic that is city creation. City creation. Basically, we are discussing one of the topic that is vitamins topic. In this, basically, we are discussing one of the topic that is vitamin D. So one of the person told that who actually creates this basically. So that are IIT groups, and in this basically IIT group basically can think because they have got the books basically, and according to that books basically they have become the IIT basically, and that is basically the certification, and that certification basically is created by which blood group, that is king's family basically. So one of the king basically of, mostly it's a IIT, that means it's a India only basically. So that basically might be created from one of the Indian king family basically. Same way IIM basically, and same way MBA also basically, that is also basically created from king's family basically, and that is basically connecting to the India creation basically. So one of the person told that India is basically the land basically which is creating, assume that basically we will write here basically one topic basically, that is about design. Assume that basically that is 10 number is equal to created by India land. Assume that basically above design basically 11 number is created by other than India land. So one of the person told that if that is above than India land basically, right? That means, that does not means that basically that is not Indian group basically. I have taken one example basically. One of the blood owner basically is Indian basically. Assume that basically. So if the blood owner basically is Indian, blood group owner basically, that A positive, B positive, that I am talking. So assume that basically he is basically from India. So when he is basically from India, that means his army would be there basically. That is basically, assume that basically he got some around 20 army group basically, and they basically are in India basically. But in India basically that are basically the 20 group basically. They are basically why handling, they are basically why here, because they are going to handle the blood group data. Assume that basically that is 100 crore blood group basically which is connected with the A positive blood group basically. A positive blood group owner basically, not so like this basically. He basically here basically 100 crore basically is in India. Now basically here basically the thing is basically it might possible that basically this 100 crore might shift to the other country also. So that expense basically will also increase. That connects to again basically the army chain basically, that is the 20 army group basically is going to create the army chain. That is basically, assume that basically they shifted to Australia, they shifted to New Zealand, they shifted to South Africa, they shifted to Dubai, they shifted to South Kuwait, they shifted to Oman, they shifted to Saudi Arab, they shifted to Iraq, they shifted to Iran. Like this basically they started shifting. They shifted to USA, they shifted to UK. Like this basically they started shifting the country. So like this the 100 crore basically started spreading across the world basically. That is one thing basically. Now basically here the thing is, the government basically is going to publish the money basically, that is the 100 crore money basically, sorry, the 100 crore people's currency money basically. So the 100 crore people money, 100 crore currency basically is going, 100 crore people's currency basically is going to be printed by the currency department basically, that is India and across the world basically. So like this basically the chain gets generates basically. So the army chain gets generates, the currency chain generates, the company chain generates, each and every chain basically gets generates. Now basically here one of the person told that the 23rd number blood cell group basically which is going to create basically, that basically might propose, they will basically can't kill that 22 blood group basically, group can't kill that particular person basically. Why? Because if they are going to kill, then basically they are only going to get effect basically. So that's why basically they can't kill. but they will do that up to that level basically, that the expense basically which is of 23rd number basically, that will not get increased too much and not increase for too much time basically. So for that basically what they will do basically, for that basically what they are going to do. So one of the person basically started asking the question basically what they will be doing. So what will be the person basically will be doing this, that, each and everything basically, he will start calculating the thing basically. So he will be started calculating the thing basically, and he will say that basically that this is the thing and this is each and every stuff basically. Like this basically, he is going to like this basically he is going to start basically thinking, and like this basically he is going to so like this basically he is going to started basically doing the chain basically. So one of the person told that like this basically the chain gets generates basically like this, the army chain, then basically the human needs chain basically gets started generating, because whatever the 100 crore people are going to eat, that is basically going to eat from that particular blood group owners energies data basically. That's why basically the blood group owner basically are taken as a very special care basically. So they basically are connected with the 100 crore people now basically. So if anything basically is going to happen to that particular blood cells, then basically it is going to directly going to affect to the 100 crore people basically. It is directly going to affect to the 100 crore people directly. So that's very dangerous stuff basically. So the blood group owner basically have to take care of his body, each and everything basically he have to take care basically. So like this one of the person told that it's like that basically. So one of the person told the life is like this basically. So like this basically so just see basically from so one blood group owner basically chain basically how it's going to generate. So blood group owner basically equal to army all human needs, then basically the currency, then other medicals data. So like this basically things are connected. So one of the person told that it's very dangerous to handle the stuff basically. It's not so easy to handle the stuff basically. So see basically the chain basically. So this basically is the others groups and medicals item basically. So you can just imagine basically the creation. Next video basically we are going to see a little bit more about this.